Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on this Labor Day weekend. I guess they call it Labor Day. Hey, for me and my good friend Justin, we are here today for another episode of Market Leader Live. I'm so excited to be here. Say hello to the people, Justin, if you don't mind.
Darren, you're the man. Happy to be here, everyone. Really excited to talk on Labor Day.
Awesome. So Justin Breen is the CEO of the PR firm BrEpic Communications and author of the #1 international best-selling book, Epic Business. Justin is hardwired to seek out and create viral, thought-provoking stories that the media craves. And he finds the best stories when he networks with visionary entrepreneurs and executives who understand the value of investing in themselves and their businesses. Justin believes strongly in the power of introductions and creates important relationships through those introductions. He is an extremely active member of entrepreneurs organizations, strategic coach, Secret Knock and ProVisors. And he has an incredible global network of visionaries and exceptional businesses. And so I just want to welcome everyone. At the time of this recording, we'll make sure the information is in the show notes of all the people that he works with and the whole nine. But Justin, man, I just want to just first tell you, thank you so much for coming on to Market Leader Live. And I want you to share with the audience a little bit about BrEpic Communications.
Sure. I'm really happy to be here. Even though it's Labor Day, like none of this has really worked for me. I work 0 hours a week, so this is just fun. But right. So most successful entrepreneurs on a global level, they see a problem, they create solution to problem solved, successful company. So that's all I did with my company in the PR space. I was a journalist for 20 years and created my entire business model based on how PR firms annoyed me for 20 years. So it sounds simple, but in this case, it really is. I came up with a process that works for any business size, any location, any vertical. And I only work with visionaries on a global level who look at things as investments, not costs, and they have an abundance mindset. So those folks right now are, especially since COVID, they're pivoting and investing like crazy. And the byproduct is my business has grown beyond my wildest dreams very quickly.
Awesome. Now, I love what Justin shared. I mean, we kindred spirit. Don't you tell how much we look, we brothers from a different
100%. Most people wouldn't be doing this interview today, but exactly. You and I are like, whatever. I mean, entrepreneur life again. So I just listened to this Darren Hardy video this morning, and it was a really good one. He has a thing called Darren Daily or whatever. And so the one today was really good because it's like, people see the success in public or like during these things, but the success is made when you're not on camera, like the work that you put in when you start the business or when people aren't looking at you. And so, this didn't just magically happen. I put in the work. And so the byproduct is business explodes.
I love it. I want to go back because he dropped a bunch of value bombs on us, and and I just want to get like my man John Lee Dumas talks about. When you look at this though, just look at the mind frame, because some of you out there who are thinking like, what is this guy talking about? He's making it simple. No, dude, it's the truth. Or do that because I want to be politically correct out there. You know what I'm saying? That's but at the same time, I want you to think about this far as the right mindset. He's crystal clear who his audience is. That's why I got him on Market Leader Live, because some of you are looking at transitioning and becoming a market leader, but you're trying to serve everyone.
Nope.
That's not going to work for you. Do you understand it? And I know some people get appalled, they get upset about it.
Yep.
But it's just the truth. Okay, so I'm going to use this as an example. Now, let me preface this before I go here. This is not time for hate. This is not time to just go off and just hear apart what I'm saying. This is just an example. We are in a time of political chaos somewhat, and it's election time, okay? I had to share this example to my own mother. I had to share with her, Mom, for you to be president of the free, the leader of the free world, you got to have half of the people hate you. Right. And she's like, no, I just don't understand it. I was like, it doesn't matter if you don't understand it, with all due respect and love, but everyone is not going to like you or agree with your message. So if you're going, and I'm bringing this up for you all who are looking at being market leaders, you heard he was crystal clear. Justin works with visionaries. He works with visionaries who understand that it's an investment, not a cost. Now, some of you would have missed that. Now, that's some key words.
I'll keep saying it, Darren. I will repeat that as many times as you'd like me to, because this is how I've created a successful business on a global level. And okay, so politicians 50-50. I work with maybe 3 to 5% of the entrepreneurial population, if that. Probably less than 3%, because I am not everything to everyone. My firm is one incredibly genius superpower level thing to one type of person. And I know who my tribe is. And so here's what happens when I do interviews like this. Most people are like, this guy's crazy, or he's an alien, or whatever. That's fine. Those people go away from my life. The people that reach out to me watching these things, and your audience is probably a higher level group, they immediately reach out. They're like, oh man, I heard you on that. We have to talk. So these are the two types of people that reach out to me after interviews like this. One, they're running high 6-figure to 10-figure businesses. They see their families as much as they want to. They're enjoying their lives. They're doing what they like to do and what they're good at, just like I do. That's one half of the bucket. The other half of the bucket is they're not there yet, but they have the right mindset that they're going to be one of those people. And that's it. Everything else is just eliminated, fades away. And a lot of people think I come off as arrogant, but it's actually the opposite of that, because I'm at a genius level, global greatness level at two things. One, getting people in news at a high level. Two, connecting people on a global level. I'm essentially useless to society besides that. I'm actually terrible at almost everything. And arrogant people think they're great at everything. I'm actually terrible at almost everything. It's confidence. And so what confidence does, it just attracts other confident people who are really good at a certain thing. And that's how they've created great businesses, because they know what they're good at and they know what they like to do.
Come on, man.
Problem solved.
This solution oriented, baby. Can't you feel the mojo happening?
I'm surprised you and I haven't talked before, to be honest.
Hey, that's what I'm wondering, man. But hey, we know that we're connected now, man, and it will be more talks to come, buddy.
Right. So higher level of thinking, by the way, my hand's above the screen here. But so like I have a PR firm, but really what my company is, it's tens of thousands of people like you on a global level. And we're just constantly introducing each other for mutual gain. And the byproduct is I'm constantly getting intros to companies around the world that want to hire my firm. So there's no outbound sales. There's no gimmicks. There's none of that nonsense. It's just creating real value for people. And then people introduce me to awesome people like you, and then the network just grows and grows and grows and grows. There's no limits to it.
Awesome. Just like how we were able to connect with each other. I mean, just look at it. Buddy Mark Victor Hansen was able to connect us to Dr. Greg. Dr. Greg was able to connect us here. Mark connected us to Missy Purdue. Mr. Purdue connected us to this. Blah, 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 blah. My mom was ecstatic. Sharon Lecter sent her an autographed copy of the book.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
It's just that simple. But I want to go into this part of, I know we've all heard your network is your net worth, but Justin brought this up. When you're hanging around the right people with the right vibration, you don't have to have the gimmicks, man. But you have to have the right mindset of investing. And when you're in the right room with the right people, that one connection, that one group of people is the gift that keeps on giving, getting around the right people. So I don't have to waste I'm going to put it this way. I don't have to get so consumed in thinking I need the next funnel, or I need this and that. Not saying it's not a time and place for that, depending on your business model. But if I'm around the right person who understand value, if Justin connects me with someone,
that's right,
they're already going to be thinking at a higher level. They're going to have a higher frequency than most people. So when he says Darren is the person that does this, like Dr. Greg said, hey, call Darren about this. Darren can get your stuff done.
That's right.
It's nothing else to argue about. They're like, hey, what do I need? This is what I've done, Darren, and I'm ready to roll.
We got introed on Thursday or Friday, and now it's Monday. We're talking.
And we're already on.
Right.
Just that quick. And so I want us to just dive a little bit deeper into that, because now you have you teach people how to treat you. You have the right client base who love your services because they know that you are their tribe, that they can align with your type of thinking. So you're not having to sell someone.
Don't sell anything.
You don't sell anything.
No. I don't even tell people what I do unless they ask. Most of the conversations I have with people running high 6-figure to 10-figure businesses, we just talk about life and stuff. The byproduct is, like, people that lead with transactional stuff, they're toxic because they're just thinking on a transactional level. create real relationships and partnerships with people, and then introing them to other great people on a global level. That's arguably the greatest thing you can do for someone, because it adds value to their network on a global level. Here's my 7-year-old, by the way. He's this necklace company. This is his first business.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
awesome. Come on now.
Yeah, he's international. He's sold in Canada, Utah, Illinois. Very proud of him. So
that's what I'm talking about. In this day and age, it's what you got to go deeper in that and learning and passing it on for generations. And see, you know, the amazing thing with Justin shared is, for some would say, quote unquote, this is work. But this is not work.
No.
This is just life.
This is life.
I'm talking to a buddy of mine.
You and I are so in line. Oh my goodness. And this is all natural, by the way, because this is literally the first time we've ever talked.
First time we've ever talked.
I feel like I've known you for my whole life, essentially. Already.
And that's just how we roll, man. And I mean,
right.
And just think about it, for the mutual connection to even see that, hey, these two guys have hit it off.
That's right.
And boy, was he right. You know
right. And so that's what I do all, like, if you want to quantify it, and I apologize if I interrupted you. I'm like the highest D on this. But like, so to quantify things, like, I'll just talk to someone and they'll say something and be like, oh, I know someone halfway around the world that thinks like you, and I'll just introduce them. And so I do minimum Monday through Friday, not including today, but I'll do 10 of those type of intros minimum every single day. And these are like very high, like how Greg Reed introduced us. These are very high level, life-changing intros. And then I'll get 3 or 4 every single day. So there's no sales, there's no outbound anything. It's just, and it's, and I felt this before COVID. I really feel it now, but I was saying this well before COVID. COVID just accelerated things, but there'll be more businesses like, you know, like my company's model, where it's high price point, low overhead. You leverage your network on a global level to create endless opportunities for your network and yourself, and you're easily able to pivot. So there's no need to have a bunch of employees or a big office or all these new technologies or all these funnels like you were talking about. You just create value for people, and you do something really, really well and what you like to do. And the byproduct is business is extremely profitable, not based on revenue, based on profit, which is, there's a big difference there, by the way. I love talking to people where they're like, oh yeah, I have a 5 million revenue company. I go, well, what's your profit? And then tumbleweed slowly rolls across, you know, or crickets chirping, because, you know, revenue is just a term driven by ego. It doesn't really mean anything. Profit is everything. So it's kind of like a business revolution that's kind of happening now, that's been accelerated because of COVID. But I thought this well before, that there just be businesses like mine where you just do what you like to do and what you're good at, and you create value for people at a crazy high level.
See, those are the type of things. And, you know, Justin, you can agree with this as well. Talking about a calling, to be able to be compensated to help people.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's a surreal feeling. Could you talk about that, Justin? Just people thanking you to invest with you. You know, they're thanking God because you worked with them and you were able to serve them.
So because I work with this type of person, these are the messages that I get all the time. I want to make sure I read this. So this is really funny because, she wrote, I can't stop giggling. It's so fun to be a part of you doing what you do best. So cool to be a part of you operating in your zone of genius. A client wrote that to me. It's like, but those are the people I work with. They're just happy. Again, they have their zone of genius. They're doing what they like to do and what they're good at. And then I amplify that because I'm good at, you know, it's like, it just weeds out nickel and dime thinking, nickel and dime thought process, you know, mentality. It just weeds all of that stuff away. And so I want to read you this to you. This is a little bit longer than I normally talk, but okay. So I have my company's core values, right? So the person I work with this on, his name's Dan Zawacki. He's a great guy. He founded and sold a company called Lobstergram. It was the first company in the U.S. that imported lobsters and stuff like that, like lobster tails. So he sold it. You can look it up for what he sold it for. It was a nice payday. So basically, he just likes to help people now. But it was a high level 2 full days of discussion to come up with these 3 core values. All right. like most people are like, I have core values, but they don't really work on it with someone who thinks like this. So here are the 3 companies' core values. If someone doesn't align with all 3 of these, they pretty much go away. So here they are. Synergize with connected, caring givers who always do the right thing. Energize with abundant geniuses who never quit and always respond. Partner with visionary thinkers who epitomize the investment mindset. So that's it. it's just really fun because those people, there's no bad apples in that group. None. There's none. And here's the other thing. Most people, they're not like that at all. The ones that do work with me, they're all like that. But here, there's a third type of person. This is rare, by the way, but maybe you've seen this actually because your personality is very infectious and intoxicating in a good way. So every now and then I'll talk like this and someone will be on the fence where they're in the group, the types of people that I won't work with, and they're almost at the right group, and the switch will go on. They'll actually, I'll literally watch them transform. It's really interesting. It's happened like 3 or 4 times since I started this company. And, boy, it's really great when that happens because their whole, it doesn't even matter if they sign with me. I don't care about that. It's their whole being just changes. So it can happen. It's very rare, but when it does, it's really exciting to see it.
You know, I'm just listening to what you're sharing here. And I was even sharing that with my wife, Justin, that it's some who will say, hey, why do you give so much content away? Or why are you just adding so much value? And for one, that's a lack mindset. For one, to just start that off, scarcity thinking. But I also realize that there's others that I see that are looking, because I don't compete, I just create.
There's no such thing as competition. It's all collaboration.
It's all collaboration. So it goes
right.
into the abundant mindset of whatnot. And the thing about it is that what you just shared with those core values, that's the separator. Because while they're just so consumed with transactions, we're caught up on relationships. And the difference between contacts and contracts is the letter R, and that's for relationships. And so you basically allow for yourself to be recession proof because price is not an issue. Investing is not an issue because the people you deal with operate from a space of
they don't. Right. There's no. So, okay. I do a lot of podcasts. This is probably the best interview I've ever done because of you, because of how your brain works. So I'm like, okay, maybe when COVID happens, maybe my company will just, it'll slow down. But what you just said is exactly what happened. Those people, they're investing and pivoting like crazy right now because they don't, obviously there's empathy for what's going on with COVID. Okay. But in terms of they don't, there's no distraction with that. There's no panic. They're just investing, pivoting like crazy. If their company lost 90 to 95% of their business in 2 or 3 days, whatever, they just started another company or came up with a new idea. So, and then they're just investing in that. So you hit it on the head. And the beauty is too, I don't have to explain this to my clients or the people in my network. They just understand it. The ones that question it, they're not going to be in my network anyway. They don't get it. So again, the people that do get it, they're all like you. They're all at these successful businesses or successful lives, or most importantly, number one, successful mindset. That's the whole thing. It's the whole. If you have that, you can do pretty much anything.
Did y'all hear what Justin just shared with us? I know some of you thinking that, man, Darren must be crazy.
Right. Most people think
you heard it from Justin. You heard it from Justin as well. Mm-hmm. If you get the mind right, then the byproduct of that will be the other things that are tangible and the other things that you see that shows up and come to fruition in your life. But you have to have the right mindset. Did you hear what he just brought up?
Number one.
If things didn't go right, so to speak, they learn from that, pivot. Okay, well, I got a new opportunity. I got a new idea that I'm going to utilize that will benefit for this time and moving forward. Hey, it was good that this happened. It was good that I was afflicted.
Absolutely, 100%.
Necessary pivot, and I'm going to go and execute. And I still got the network that I have.
That's right.
I still have the network of people. So now this is what's going on. Oh, great, cool. I want to be a part of it. It's so fun to operate at that capacity and at that level.
Endlessly fun, Darren, and it's a magnet. It's a magnet for my company is a magnet. It's a magnet for attracting people with the right mindset, right mentality about life, and it repels everyone else. The magnet attracts right people, repels wrong, and that's what it is.
And I want to deal with those who are listening into this. Maybe you are straddling the fence for us.
Maybe you're there, right there.
There you go. There you go. And you're thinking to yourself, it's easy for Justin to say this. It's easy for Darren to say this. But, let me make sure that we put a but in there. Let's make sure that you start what we talked about a little bit earlier with the right mindset.
Yep.
What you'll start finding is you will attract the right people. And guess what? They beget others because they start referring your services or whatnot to others that could benefit or whatnot. So like we're talking about these necklaces out there. I see a guy right there, a handsome guy who has some necklaces on as well too, man.
That's his company.
That's it. That's it. And so here we are with Justin sharing and teaching them entrepreneurship at an early age. These are the opportunities out here, people. When you got time with your family, instead of getting upset and being mad and punching holes in the walls, let's pivot. And another thing is, Justin, you didn't have to wait for an educator to tell you that you need to teach your kids how to do a business, did you?
Well, so you're going to love this, maybe or maybe not. So on Monday, a week ago from today, I was walking my two sons to school because even before COVID, I spent more time with my kids than any dad I've ever met. But it's my 7-year-old who you just saw. He's like, "Oh, I'm so bored with school." I go, "Well, of course you're bored because you're being taught by people who have no entrepreneurial. They're just the cookie cutter educational approach." So I'm like, learn what you need to learn. You'll probably find some things you'd like to do, but I'll introduce you to people that will expand your entrepreneurial brain. There's the top entrepreneur youth camp in the world is at Cal Berkeley. So that starts for middle school. In middle school, I'm already planning. This billionaire guy in India told me about it. And all the top entrepreneurs send their kids there. So I'm already planning on sending my 7-year-old for sure. I don't know about my 6-year-old yet. He wants to be a Navy SEAL, and he's probably going to be a doctor like his mom. But yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like education as a whole actually does a disservice for teaching people how to be entrepreneurs. I grew up in a fairly affluent area and learned exactly 0 things about being an entrepreneur. I got a full academic scholarship to college. The word entrepreneur never came up once until I started my business 3 years ago. Not one time. So and you're seeing now higher education and education as a whole is pivoting, and they're going to figure out how to be more entrepreneurial, because if not, especially in the higher education space, these schools will go out of business because people aren't going to pay 40, 50 grand to go to Zoom University and not learn how to do what you like to do and what you're good at. So that's what's happening.
That's it, man. And just making those moves. And I want those who are listening to this too also to know that it's okay to be crazy.
Right.
It's okay to be crazy.
Yep.
You see, crazy people change the world. And so, and I know that
dude, one of my clients, she's like, weird is great. She's like, people want weird. The weirder you are, the better. I've found the weirder I am, the better it gets. So
I love it.
Weird, crazy, whatever you want to say. But she's very weird and very like she reads faces. So like she can look at your face and then she does like FBI terrorist negotiation kinds of things. She's a genius. And she's like, yeah, weird is great, man. That's what separates you from boring, normal stuff.
Awesome. So we want to tell you out there, if you didn't know it or not, it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be
encouraged.
Yeah, be encouraged. Your spirit should be lifted up. So those who are having anxiety because people are thinking that you're weird, you must be able to move forward and do the things that you need to do. So I just want to recap a few things that we've been able to receive from Justin. Be authentically, truly you.
Yes.
You don't have to have huge marketing campaigns or budgets. Understand the importance of investing in the right type of network and the connections you should be. So it's some of the best things that I've ever done. I had people that would tell me, you're for one, they say the wrong word. They say, you're paying this to go where?
What?
You're paying this for one. It's investing. And so but the people who you meet there, you are part of the same tribe.
That's what it is. You're with the right people.
And I'm talking to Justin, and that's what you do. You're able to have communication with the right people who totally understand. Just this is what I've found. Just this just show you the right type of clients. Let me just get it up. I've had several clients that I might tell them, hey, well, they might know what a package is or something that for a service that they want. Mm-hmm. I say, well, you know what? I know that they had something going on with this, but you know what? I want the premium solution because I'm buying into what you all are doing.
Right.
They didn't even want
a
discounted investment.
Discount? No, there's no discount.
There's no such thing as that. So you know, and I know some people are thinking like, oh, here they go. I'm serious. I've seen people who say, even if it could have saved them several thousands of dollars, they said, I don't even want. I see the value. I see the value. And for those of you who are just chasing with a scarcity mindset and not operating who you truly are, these are the opportunities in the tribe that you're missing out on.
Yep.
Because you're trying to be a jack of all trade and a master of none, and that's not going to happen for you to be a market leader. You agree with that, Justin?
A gajillion %. I mean, people that ask me, what do you cost or what do you charge within the first 5-10 minutes of meeting them, they're basically immediately expelled from my network because they're looking at things in a transactional way. So not only are they toxic, but usually 99% of the time the people they hang out with are also toxic because they have the same mentality. So again, what my company is people that think with investment abundance mindset, and then because they have that type of mindset, they usually only hang out with people like that. So I meet people like that, and then they just introduce me to other people like that. And grows and grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And there's no limits to it when you find the right people, when you find your tribe.
Awesome, man. And so before we close this out today, for one, I want to just thank Justin for coming on.
That's it, man. Oh, man, I could talk to you for years.
Oh, man, we can go. I want to be respectful of your time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, bro, because we can go with it. I mean, if you hear what my guy Justin shared, that's my brother right there, y'all.
I got so many people to intro you to, Darren. Oh my God, my head is.
I mean, it's epic, and so I'm just sharing for people who are thinking out there that it can't happen for you. That's why I'm doing these type of shows and to bring in individuals who are thought leaders like Justin in his field to let you see beautiful family. Here it is, his wife in the background. You see his son, his 7-year-old son with the business. You learn some gems about what's going on at Cal Burke or whatnot for the entrepreneur program that he found out from a billionaire. You got that on this Labor Day. You found out some information from a billionaire today that Justin just casually passed along to you.
Right. Those are people I talk to all the time. They're not necessarily billionaires, but they're the right mindset, and then they know those type of opportunities.
They know those opportunities. And so I just want to share with you, it's not that I'm being funny or discounting people. It's just know your worth and get with the right people. Right. I'm telling you this.
Yes.
You have to continue. It's like a joke. If I got to explain to you why the joke is funny, it's not even worth it. And so it's the same type of thing with mine.
It's a chapter in my book, man.
Woo.
That's it. That's been the number one thing that people have learned from that they've told me from reading it. They said that's changed their lives the most. Just don't look at people, look at things as I can put it back up there if you want me to.
Go ahead.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. Work with people who view partnerships as investments, not costs. Come on now.
That's it.
Come on now, man. Come on now. As we would say down south, if I was in a church setting, I wish I had a praying church. But
hallelujah.
Hallelujah, brother. Yes, sir. That's what we do, Justin. That's what we do, my brother.
I'm gonna introduce so many people, Darren. It's gonna be your head's gonna explode, man.
Oh man, the same here, man. I definitely want to reach out and get people to you too as well. And I'm glad. And so I'm just thinking too, like, and y'all, I know some of you think like it's no way that these guys this is their first time talking. It is. It's our actual first time in communication. Right. I know it's hard. And people really aren't going to believe this, but the right ones will. Is I have a normal work or weekday or whatever.
I have between 5 and 10 conversations like this with people like you on a global level who think exactly like we do. And it never gets boring. It never gets tiring. It's just the energy. It just builds and builds and builds and builds. It's infectious. It's so much fun. You said earlier, which was so great. It's like, oh my God, people are investing this much money for you to just add value to their lives and create intros and get them in news. I'm like, I can't, it's like unbelievable to me. But again, I'm in my superpower zone of genius all the time. And talking to people like you, it just never gets boring for me. And why would it? Why would that ever get boring?
It wouldn't.
Right. It doesn't.
It was. It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Right. It never stops.
It fuels you, man. I mean, you just doing it.
Yes.
I like to share this with people. Justin is, and people don't take it the wrong way, but if you do, you're not thinking right for it. You're not thinking it right. But I am a junkie when it comes to conversations like this.
Yes.
Like, I can't get enough. I need another fix. I need my fix. I need another fix, man. Keep it coming, man, because I love it, because it's like, man, this is life. How can you not be inspired? How can you not be more creative when you just actually I'm able to have these type of conversations with Justin and then the network of other people that we're connected to and the people that we're about to connect each other to. And it keeps going on. Well, Justin, I met Justin in 2020. Oh yeah, doing the pandemic thing. Hey, best year ever for us.
Best year by far. Well, best year by far. Not even close.
There you go. And so, I mean, I had some people who reached out to me, Justin, and they shared this. And I did a show last night, and I shared this with a gentleman. And I said, everyone can't take this, but I'm going to share this. And I had several people, because they know that they couldn't share it with other people, but they felt comfortable sharing it with me, because I don't think with that lack mindset. They said, Darren, I can't share this with everyone, but where the news and other people are talking about all these reports, this has been our best quarter, or this has been our best year ever.
Right.
I can't tell you countless from different regions, even from different countries. They're having their best year ever. Now, you're not hearing those type of reports.
My company just passed its record revenue profit total last week. Last year's was a record, and I just passed it last week. So, yeah, right. But that's all a byproduct. That's a byproduct of what we're just talking about. That's all it is.
You can't do it. So,
and I don't even care about revenue's nothing. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just saying that's the byproduct of that.
That's it.
Real value for people, and then things just continue to get better and better.
There you go.
And if next year doesn't surpass this year, I really don't care. It doesn't. This is my 6-year-old. This guy's very sweet. He's like his mom.
Buddy.
He's a good boy. Yeah, this is Chase. So is this our segue to go?
Justin, he's sweet too.
Right. Yeah, he's very sweet. This is a live interview. So this is exactly how this is exactly what happens all day. Ooh, gross. My wife gave me a COVID haircut, and now the kids are playing with my hair clumps. That's awesome. Good. We'll screen grab that.
There you go. There you go.
Gross. All right, man.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate it. I think all of us knows, man, during this time.
I'm sorry. That's my wife. My surprisingly normal wife.
That's it.
All right, man.
This is how we roll, man. It's about family, it's about legacy, it's about networking, and the whole time, man. This is true wealth. What you're seeing.
Oh my God, dude! I'd give you a hug if I could, man. Totally, it's what it is. That's what real wealth is, right here.
That's real wealth, right there. That's what I'm talking.
You even got me to smile, which I don't smile a lot, but this is like the funniest thing ever. I was doing another interview where my kids were attacking each other with a real hammer in the background, and no one got hurt. But it was like I was talking to these entrepreneurs around the world, so I screen grabbed this guy right here. This guy was hitting the other one with a hammer. Yeah, you know you were. You were. And my wife was not here, but she was. Yeah, I was in charge that day. In charge.
That was funny.
That was funny.
That was.
All right. Thanks.
Hey, Justin, we're gonna leave the information in the show notes. Buddy.
Okay, great.
What about people who want to connect with you? Is there any way you can share any social media handles?
Sure.
Or website information?
So I have about 40,000 followers on social media. The best way for people to follow me is on LinkedIn. So Justin Breen on LinkedIn, and I basically use it as a commercial for other people. And if you want to get the book, it's Epic Business. It's just wherever you can buy books, pretty much.
Awesome. Make sure that you reach out to us if you're interested in getting a copy of the book. I tell you what, if you reach out or you inbox or you send us information at the time of this recording and say you love the interview at Epic Business, let us know. We're gonna send out for those who reach out to us, or if you let us know that you subscribed or whatnot, we're gonna send a couple. We're gonna send a couple of those books out. So reach out to us. We're gonna get 5 of those books to send out to people. We're gonna
thank you, Darren. Thank you.
We're gonna get 5 copies to send out to those who say that this message resonated with you and you want to be epic at what you do. We all have to start somewhere. So you might not actually be able to connect in person with them right now, but let's make sure that you reach out to us. We want to make sure that we're not talking about it, that we're actually about it. And we get a copy of Justin's book.
No doubt.
So definitely reach out to us, because I know I'm getting one personally for myself. I'm just honest about that. But we want to send out 5 copies to some other people and go from there. Is it best, Justin, just to do it on Amazon, or is it better to go to your website, or what?
Amazon's fine. It's at Barnes and Noble, Books A Million, Target.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon's fine. And it's on Audible too. Audible, hardcover, softcover, Kindle, all that stuff.
Okay. Awesome. Well, hey, Justin, man, we look forward to connecting with you. Thank you for your time again, sir. And for those who are looking at this, let your next move be your best move. Let's play chess and not checkers. Until next time, be blessed and be great.